Thought to have a standing order saying you shouldn't be discussing hair around here. But Honorable Député de Nickel Belt.
The honourable member for Nickel Belt.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I would like to thank all of my colleagues who participated in today's debate. Thank you to all the colleagues that I met and who added value to the debate, who indicated how important seniors are when it comes to the fact of our aging population and the real need to act. I would like to thank the riding of Nickel Belt and all of the organizations that I met who gave me a great deal of information and who continue to stay involved and call attention to real measures to set up a national strategy. I would also like to thank the many volunteers and families that I met. They are in ridings throughout all of Canada, and they work to help seniors. They work on their quality of life. One comment related to what was said earlier by one of my colleagues, by one of my Conservative colleagues. When we look at what has been done, and really nothing has been done in the last 10 years. When we look at the Conservative record over the last 10 years, we've seen that they can talk that there was a minister who was responsible for seniors, but what did it produce? What did it produce?
Old age security to 67 from 65. That's their track record. There's been no increase. We as a government, we've increased for the first time the GIS by 10%. This is the first time 900,000 Canadians are benefiting from that. This is the action that we're doing. We're taking action. We're putting a housing strategy. We have palliative care. We have home care. We're taking steps to making that happen. So I will take, when we look at what, and I'm really disappointed that the Conservative government or the Conservative members feel that they don't want to support that. So it's very interesting that they're doing that. I'm just going to be adding, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, when we look at our budget in 2016, we've done more in one budget than the previous government did in 10 years for seniors. So let's take that on the record. So I'm really happy to be looking at getting the seniors motion in place, and what we're looking at here, and I'll just mention one statistics. When we look at the Canadian Medical Association Demand a Plan program, they're putting that in place. 55,000 Canadians are asking the government to put a senior strategy in place. I've received in the last 2 days leading up to today's hour debate over 1,200 emails from Canadians just to my account to say, my email to look at how can we establish a seniors strategy. So there is a need to set up a senior strategy, and the House of Commons here will have an opportunity, all members will have an opportunity to put in place a vote in the next little while to put a national senior strategy in place. So I ask all members of Parliament to look at the needs of seniors and to look at how can we put in place a strategy that will meet the needs of our aging population. So, je remercie en terminant, Monsieur le Président.
To conclude, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the last point about the Seniors Council, that is an important tool in my motion to establish cooperation and dialogue. And so I would like to thank all of my colleagues here for having supported this, and I look forward to establishing a national seniors strategy. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The question is as follows. Mr. Serré, seconded by Mr. Nault, move that in the opinion of the House, the government should A, recognize that seniors, namely Canadians aged 65 or older, make up a demographic that requires ongoing attention from the government as the proportion of seniors relative to the Canadian population continues to grow, 15% in 2015, 25% by 2035. Should I dispense? Y a-t-il à la Chambre d'adopter cette...
Is it the pleasure of the House to adopt the motion?
On division? Carried on division. À ce moment-ci, conformément